Hey everyone, today I have summoned you all, that is those of you who are still watching, to the first episode of Cerebrum Speaks, where core team members talk about pretty much whatever they want to. So in today's video, that is, you guessed it, starring me, I would like to talk about something that I feel is generally very overlooked. But before that, congratulations are in order. You have survived and or witnessed through your mobile phones the possibility of World War III due to tensions between US and North Korea, bushfires in Australia, UFO sighting revelations, locusts, brutality due to racism abroad and casteism at home, another possibility of World War due to tensions between India and China. A lot of us have even lost our loved ones, and to top that, we all have something in common: the quarantine. In case you haven't noticed already, I haven't exactly gone out of the house in the last 4 months. Yeah, I know my mom is pretty angry about the hair. So, getting to what I wish to address, I would like to speak to you in the capacity of head of debating society. And as every debater would know, and of course we are all debaters in our own right after all, that there are two sides to every coin. So, to help explain what I mean in this context, let me talk about something that all of us have endured: the death of a fan favorite. You see, the death of Sushant Singh Rajput really woke up my social media. Yeah, I know, another person trying to capitalize on his death. No. On the contrary, I would like you to divert your attention from me for a second and focus on him, his life, the life that he lived, instead of focusing on his death. Because I get it, talking about suicide, talking about his suicide in particular, talking about mental health in general, these are very essential. But my question to everyone is that why are only a handful of people celebrating the person that he was, the life that he lived, the achievements that he had at such a young age outside the big screen? You see, he was an intellectual through and through. He was fascinated by the universe and what it had to offer. He was a curious soul who wished to know how mathematical algorithms work. He was a student of philosophy, and he was so much more than just an amazing actor. See, what I'm trying to say here is that there is so much more to talk about than just the circumstances of his death. And so what I really mean here is that while there are so many things in this world that are bringing us down, there are also so many things to counter it. Let me elaborate. You see celebrities in the news for all the wrong reasons. But you should also see Sonu Sood, who is rising up to the occasion and helping displaced migrant laborers get back to their home state. You see this influx of laborers as a problem. I see this as an opportunity, as more personnel to help develop the state to its full potential. You see your local liquor store being closed, and while I pity you, I also need you to realize the fact that the factory that manufactures your daily intake of alcohol, it is now manufacturing hand sanitizers, which is doing two things. First, retaining all its employees, and two, serving the needs of the country, which is quite frankly the need of the hour right now. So, in other news, there is a definite lack in unity among people. And I need you to see, to counter that, I need you to see farmers in Rajasthan who are showing how unity should be. This concept of unity should be when they make WhatsApp groups and forward information about locusts. So while my crops might be destroyed, another farmer's produce can still be saved. That is an example for all of us to follow. Speaking of news, the media is showing you clips of stores in USA being robbed during the protests. While I do say that that is definitely wrong, that shouldn't happen, I also need you to acknowledge the fact that it is the result of these protests, the voice of dissent, so to speak, the right kind of dissent, of course, that has gotten the murderers of George Floyd finally arrested. It was not a roundtable discussion. Because same as you, I also see so many problems that exist in this world that arise from this these systemic discrepancies. But I also see my friends, my peers who are addressing these issues, who are tackling them in the best way that they can, and I couldn't be prouder of them. Because you see, talking about things that bothered us, it wasn't a norm a few years ago. So, what I'm trying to say here is that it's all about perspective. So, while you are preparing for the worst, I need you to remember to hope for the best. Speaking of which, before wrapping up this video, I would like to address my peers, my seniors in particular, the class of 2020. You had a lot of expectations from this year. It was a roller coaster ride for you. And here you are now stuck at home watching this video because frankly speaking, you have nothing better to do. I get it. And there's something that I've noticed in everyone's behavior. FOMO has taken its place again, the fear of missing out, when there is literally nothing happening outside. So there is not something there that you are missing out on right now. But for those of you who are stuck in this situation that is triggered due to this unprecedented change in the way this world works, let me introduce a new concept to you: the joys of missing out. Because I, for one, am quite relieved that I don't have to wake up at 8:20 for an 8:30 class, and that I don't have to walk half a kilometer to reach the mess to get my lunch. That is after standing in a very long line, of course. Many of you can relate, I'm sure. You see, while you are missing out on a serious dosage of work ethics, that is, you newly induced working professionals, what you have right now is the best possible work environment you could ask for. You look at it this way: you have Wi-Fi, you have as much coffee as you want, you have your couch where you can lounge around while working, and in some cases you have your family around you, and there's nothing more important than that right now. So what I'm trying to say is that you have everything that you do need at your disposal, and what you do not need right now is putting on a pair of pants before jumping in front of a camera to shoot a video. Yeah, the upper half that you see right now, it does not match the lower half. Yes, I am wearing shorts. And yes, you can stop judging now. You would do the same if you were in my position. But isn't that the whole point of this video? To acknowledge the better half of things? Because one can hope that you see things the way that I am right now. Because I say that there is enough to worry about. I agree with you there, but there is also so much to celebrate. But for now, celebrate at home, please.